Hello, just Jax here and welcome to my channel. In the spirit of Halloween, being that it's October, I went and found, now some of you be familiar with these because I've been having an experiment with them lately, ice cube mould, pumpkins. Look at their little happy faces. So I'm going to try, so we've been having mixed success with the UV resin. Now I will be doing epoxy soon, but I've got the UV out today, so I'm going to try another approach with these. I'm going to put a little clear in first. We'll probably do a couple so it gives room for error. I'm going to go clear first, then I'm going to put, and it's just going to be a very thin layer, like perhaps just up to where the eyes are. Then I'm going to put colour, a very, very thin layer of colour. There's going to be lots and lots of curing. I'm going to give it a double blast each side both times because this is almost completely opaque, but I shone it up to the light and it does have a little light penetrate it. So we'll see. And then if all else fails, when we pop it out, we'll give it a little blast. We'll just remember not to touch that side. And then a final very thin layer of clear. Then we're going to pop them out, and because all the detail is sunk in, that's when we'll add the black to level it off. So we'll mix up a very tiny little bit of black and pop it in there with a cocktail stick. That's the plan. So like I say, we'll do 3. So we've got a good selection. You know, we've got 3 attempts basically. So that's what I'm going to do. Fill these. I'll do one now. So I want to get it just level with the eyes. I don't mind if it drizzles over the eyes a little bit. So I'm going to do that to all 3. Give them a little torch because I can see a big old bubble there right now. Then cure them. Then when we come back on camera, that's when we'll look at mixing up the orange and just applying a very thin layer. We might do a tiny bit of brown or something with that stalk because I want that stalk to be a slightly different colour. So perhaps that could be black too, so we don't overcomplicate things. We'll see. That's what I'm going to do. We'll come back after this layer is cured. Okay, we have... seem to be cured, don't seem to be squishy on the other side, so let's get... I've mixed up the orange. It's a bit bubbly at the moment, but I'm going to give it a torch in once it's in there, so we only want a little bit. Just enough to cover. Let's see how that is. I think that's good. I'm going to give that a little torch and a bit more curing. Then when we come back, we'll do one more thin layer of clear. Then the same curing treatment, so 2 this side, 2 the other side. Not like 2 minutes, 2 blasts, so 4 minutes each. Actually, there's not as many bubbles in there as there looked. They seem to have all come up. Okay, these have been cured twice on either side, or 4 minutes on either side for the first layer, 4 minutes on either side for the second layer, 4 minutes on either side for the third layer. did we get this to work? Let's put these little bits up there. Clear this away properly in a second. Right, let's find out. Okay, I think it might have done. It might be a tiny bit sticky, so I'm not going to touch. I'm just going to pop them out. Yeah, that one's definitely quite sticky because you can still see it there. So I'm just going to pop them out. And give them a final blast. So I'm going to wash this, give them a blast so we can actually touch them. And then we'll add, because I don't want to add that bit until it's safe to touch them basically, otherwise they'll end up with little tack marks. So at the moment they're nice and smooth even if they are subtly sticky. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, our little pumpkin faces are all cured, so let's try and fill those bits in. And I'm going to try and not go over his teeth. I'm going to drop it in there a little bit at a time. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I'm going to do with the other two, and I might put the tiniest bit up there. Here is our little pumpkins. They haven't come out too bad now. Now, two of them, these two, have got a bit of bubble going on. Let me put them down in that order. So let's try and get this in focus, because I've got a little bit of bubble by the eye. There's a little bit of bubble around the mouth. But I think we can get away with it because they're pumpkins and, you know, you're carving the face out and you slipped. But this was cool. This worked as well. Doing it this way instead of trying to... Mind you, I guess it's depending on which way the detail on the mould is going. Because this was sunk in, this was definitely the way to do it. And we got good layers going. It's a bit chipped there because I clipped it, but I will tidy it up. And the little bit of black on the stalk worked as well, rather than getting too complicated and trying to make it look brown. It didn't need it. So that's that one. Where are we? There's this little guy. Again, like little bubble in the middle of the face there. Couple throughout him as well, I see. So this might have been the first one, because I know the top one of the three working down had the most trouble when it came to getting these bubbles out. But I think this one, the third one, has come out pretty good. Pretty bubble free. Nice and clean. Nice and smooth. So it was definitely worth doing them in threes. Because then, you know, they got progressively better. Where are we? Is that the super bubbly one? Or is that the super bubbly one? That one's the super bubbly one. Oh, there we go. But they're so cool. Now, normally I wait for these sort of things to come up and be discount like the others, but I wanted to get these done for Halloween, so I paid, which it wasn't too bad, it was £1.50 for these moulds, which when you're working with resin and getting moulds for resin, that's still really good. And they've worked so much better. It was definitely worth doing 4 minutes on the front, 4 minutes on the back each time. So it's a lot of curing, and it was still slightly sticky on the way out, but nothing that's sort of affected its overall finish. Like, they're not rough to the finish. They are nice and smooth. It's not going to be smooth that side. They look pretty cool front or back. Let's try and get them. So I've got lights everywhere, so I can see what I'm doing. So yeah, they were cool, they were fun, they worked better. And now I've got myself 3 little pumpkins to do something with. So, unsure, I might make some more, because I had a couple ideas of things to try and do with these. I mean, I can, at the moment, I can make a stack of pumpkins. So I'm unsure. We'll either come back to these in video format, but there'll be more of them, and I'll turn them into something. Or they'd be a nice festive photo frame, wouldn't they? We could do a little something in between here, tying them all together, some vines. Or they'll turn up in a short, and I don't know what, maybe a mini canvas. Well, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've taken something away from this if you're new to resin. More experimenting, more fun, more different ways of doing things. Yeah. Like if you like what you see, comment if you've got something to say, and subscribe if you really like what you see and you want to see more and know when it's coming. Thank you all again so much. Take care, and see you in the next one.